Hey everyone, it's Amber from Down the Rabbit Hole. Again, I'm here a little bit early. I'm going to be participating in Misty's book chat again this week. I love them because they're Halloween topics, and I love Halloween. So, this week is best horror that you've read, and I haven't read a lot of horror. I will always and forever be the second type of person. The first type of person hears a noise and they go outside to explore. The second type of person hears a noise, deadbolts their lock, runs up into the attic and calls the police, and cowers in a corner. I'm number 2. I will never be number 1. But I have read some kind of scary things. I've noticed that I don't get as scared as easily anymore as I'm growing up, but I have an overactive imagination, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. First up, I'm just going to present them as a series. I've got Bad Girls Don't Die and From Bad to Cursed by Katie Leander. When compiling a Halloween list for my friends, I always add these on because they're super great horror books, but in different ways. I love Katie Leander because in Bad Girls Don't Die, she scares us with the usual like scary situation, like it's about a doll who possesses her little sister, and it's terrifying. We've got like the drop in temperature, the sounds. Oh, it's so creepy, but in a good way. And she really stretches her writing skills in this and makes it scary. But then I was so excited when I got the second one, From Bad to Cursed, and I was expecting more of the same, the creepy sounds, and because she writes this so well. But then she did a 180 on us, and it's like psychological. It's scary because the main character is changing, and it's so subtle that all of a sudden she does something crazy, and you're like, what's going on? Oh my God, she's the one that's in trouble. And she does this a little bit in the first book at the end, and she does it a lot in the second book. That's all it is. It's a psychological thriller. So these are great because you get the best of both worlds. You actually get like the horror atmosphere and scared this way, and then you get the psychological thrill this way. So I absolutely recommend those. Those are some of the best, and I have a limited amount, but seriously some of the best books in general that I've read because they're well written, the characters are great, and it's super scary. And she always is great for that scare at the end, so you should do it. Then I'm going to do this one. Misty at the Book Rat mentions this book, the Devouring series by Simon Holt. So I'm just going to say yes, Misty. You've heard that they're scary, and they are. I only read the first one. I have to do this. Okay. I only read the first one. And like I had to read with the light on, and I had to read it all in one night because I was terrified. And I won't read this series anymore because it scared me that much. So if you're a horror fan, definitely do it. But if you're a scary cat like me, think twice. I picked this up because as she mentions, it looks more haunting. I thought like witches or something. No, I was wrong. It's not witches. I'm going to be talking about this anyway, so I'm just going to say it. There's a scene in here where her little brother is possessed by these things, and he whispers through the air conditioning system when she's locked in her room. And it like a completely different voice, and she, oh my God, I still lie awake and I think about that scene, and that's not a good thing because then I can't sleep. If you're a horror fan, go with it. And then my next on my must-read for Halloween list, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, if for nothing else than the creepy clown children. But yeah, the pictures are what make this so scary. The story itself is scary in that old, decrepit way, like you feel like something has been there and you're not sure what it is, but it's more surprising and exciting. But there is a scary element to it, so you should read it. And it's a great book. Next on my list to read for the month of October, that I tell everyone, is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendar Blake. And this one turns from like action to creepy to action again. And it's not like horrifying. There are some really scary parts in it, which is great, but it's also like readable for us fans of not so horror, us scaredy cats. Um, it's a little gory, but not really too bad, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna say his name right, maybe. The Obia Man is really creepy, and what's happening to them is really scary. So this is a great book to read. I recommend it. And it's like supernatural, which is fun. And then I have to add this. The Replacements by Brina Yvanoff. She just creates like this, I think it's like a Tim Burton style fairy tale, which is really fun. And she just creates this great like secret underworld that's 1/4 creepy, 1/4 fascinating, I don't know, and 50% awesome. So you really should, if you haven't read it, it's really fun and it's a great Halloween read. And then my last one that I'm going to add is not horror, but I think it's fun for Halloween. And it's Deadly Pool by Gemma Halliday. Because we don't have a lot of just like strictly murder mystery books, and that's what this one is. It's murder mystery. It's a whodunit with a great voice, and it's teen, and it's super fun, and it's got a killer, so I mean it's a little bit horror, right? And people die, so I think you should try it if you haven't. Good Halloween read. And then, like I said, since I haven't read a lot of Halloween, wow, this is long. Since I haven't read a lot of Halloween stuff, I wanted to give 2 examples of scenes that creep me out. They're like horror scenes that still haunt me even after I've read them. So, since I need to add this into every list ever, I'm putting The Hunger Games by Susan Collins here. Really, the whole situation is kind of horror-esque, you know, kids being thrown into a arena to hunt each other. But specifically, I'm talking about the ending scene with Peeta and Katniss on top and Cato on the bottom getting eaten, and they have to listen to it the whole night, him screaming. If this is in the movie, I don't think I'll be able to rest again ever, because this scene, like, it creeps up on me at night and I can't sleep. It bothers me that much. And I know Cato is like the bad guy, but it was just his circumstances. And to hear like him suffer when Katniss finally shoots him and puts him out of his misery, oh, it's just terrible. So, if for nothing else, this should go on your Halloween list for that scene. And then lastly, I'm putting Faithful by Claudia Gray. Again, not horror, though it does have a really great bad guy. But strictly for the ending scene when the Titanic is sinking. Because she writes this scene as if, I mean, it feels like you're there. And she describes the screams of people dying. And then, even worse than that, she describes the silence afterwards, when there's nothing else living. And that's terrible. So I'm adding this to one of my top scenes for Halloween, because it happened. So yeah, I gave you my meager list. I'm working on it. I really am. I'm branching out into horror. But so I gave you my meager list of horror / terrible scenes in books. So I want to know, what are some of your favorite scary novels?